Kumusta, kumusta, kumusta? Mabuhay, magandang gabi yan, maligayang pagbabalik sa Music Game News. Ako po si Ovela, I am your host Ovela. And I don't know if you've seen Squid Game yet. It is a TV show on Netflix. It's a massive hit. I do not remember the last time Netflix had such a successful TV show between its hands, you know. The last one that I can remember is Stranger Things. You know, Stranger Things was a huge hit for them, but I feel like Squid Game is gonna surpass it. So I watched the TV show, I finished it yesterday, and I thought, hey, let's react to something related to the TV show. So I chose a video called Behind the Set of Squid Game. Let's face it, the TV show is very attractive visually, okay? The designs are beautiful, then that's why I decided to react to this video. Hopefully they will explain to us a little bit more where the ideas of the sets and all that came from. So this is probably going to be a spoiler video because throughout the reaction I will be talking about the video that I'm reacting to, but also what I thought about the TV show, all right? And yeah, I did enjoy the TV show. But before we start, please consider following me on Instagram at Music Game News. And without further ado, let's get to it.
One question. If we win, just how much?
Ah, no, come on, man. I cannot watch foreign movies in English. It's impossible. It's just so off for me. I can't take it. I can't take seeing the mouth, you know, saying something and then the dubbing saying something completely different. Like it doesn't match, you know, the lip syncing is just completely off. I hate it. So I just so you know, I watched the TV show in the original language, which is Korean, okay, with English subtitles. So it's a lot of reading, but at least the experience is authentic.
What do we get?
One very special detail on set could have helped the Squid Game player.
That's the first game, man. I mean, that doll has become iconic. I see it everyone now on social media.
Survive. From giant dolls to mind-bending.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I was very impressed by how they designed this area.
Stairs inspired by
and also the fact that they shot it from above like that.
Piece of art. The team behind Squid Game went all out with their sets.
Whoa, they built game, was that game 4? Game 3? I don't remember. You know, that's where they play with the beads. By the way, did you grow up playing with beads? Cause I have, man. I have a very interesting story about that.
While CGI is used to
this one was frightening and exciting at the same time.
Create or complete certain images, many of the sets and backdrops seen in Squid Game were fabricated just for the show. This is extra impressive because some of the real sets look like they could be created by computers with
Absolutely.
just how
Absolutely, it's really well done.
Mesmerizing and exciting they look. Especially when the backdrops appear to be.
And the colors are extremely bright, and they did not do that, you know, it wasn't, I'm pretty sure they opted to use bright colors like this to attract the viewer.
Outdoor locations. Tug of War might seem like a simple enough game to film, but the team behind the Netflix hit opted to build a large space and the race.
Oh my god, seriously? Yo, that's one of the games that I was almost 100% sure that they actually used CGI to recreate the environment.
Platforms used in the game from scratch.
Wow, that's
the space
insane.
created managed to be the perfect base for the actors to perform on, and
can you imagine the money that Netflix must have? Although I've heard that Netflix is, you know, tremendously in debt right now.
To add CGI effects afterwards to make the space seem as daunting as it feels for the actors. Every inch had to be precisely built to ensure the safety of the performers while doing such physical work.
되게 황홀했어요. 그 공간 안에 들어가.
Being in the scene was very fantastic.
The dorms the players stay in during Squid Game
Oh man, these dorms are going to be iconic, remembered for a very long time. And trust me, this year for Halloween, if you dress up as a character from this TV show, it's not gonna be very original, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are going to do that.
may be the dullest colored set, but it's certainly not the least impressive. The gray walls and metal bunk beds aren't so inviting or comforting.
This character, I hated him so much. And I think props to him, because he really made me hate this character, you know? That probably means that his acting was just fantastic. And the way he died, man, I almost got up and started clapping. Seriously. I'm not gonna spoil it here, but the ones who saw the TV show know how this dude died, and it was just epic.
But they definitely set the scene and make an impact. The size of the space was so vast that for the performers, it could feel like they were in a coliseum. The dorm spaces...
Thank you! This TV show reminded me a lot of the Colosseum, you know, where the gladiators would fight, you know? It feels like we haven't evolved that much, you know what I mean? I mean, yes, this TV show is not based on reality, like this does not happen nowadays. But if it did, then it's very reminiscent of, you know, the Colosseum and the games that took place in the Colosseum with the gladiators. You know, like people would sit and watch people fight each other, you know, just like in the movie Gladiator. And I also think that this TV show is very successful because of this whole trend of battle royale video games like Fortnite, you know? It's kind of the same principle here.
Is where so much happens. A major fight, learning the truth of the game, watching the money add up, and the prison-like aesthetic provided the ideal backdrop for these pivotal moments.
If you do not wish to participate, then please let us know at this
I'm pretty sure so many people are gonna dress up like them.
time.
Not a single detail was overlooked when the art department and creative team worked to bring all the spaces
Can you believe it? They had to shoot this during the pandemic.
we see in Squid Game to the screen. One very small but meaningful detail, one that even could have helped the player.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! At the beginning of the show, I really liked this guy, you know, the guy with the glasses, but towards the end of the game... Okay, I said spoilers, so I'm gonna spoil. But when this dude basically killed Ali, I was enraged. Seriously, I hated him with a passion, because one of my favorite characters was Ali. And I will let you know who is my favorite character of the show.
Players out a bit, was hiding in plain sight on the walls.
사실 기대와 상상을 하는 것 이상으로 충격적인 비주얼들이 펼쳐지더라고요.
We don't see them in the first part of the series, but as players lose and there isn't a need for so many beds, we slowly see the images revealed. All the illustrations on the walls depict each of the games played throughout the series. The fact that the bunk beds were in tall stacks was no coincidence either. The art director thought them up to convey themes of abandonment and carrying emotional baggage. They were actually made out of the same material as tunnels. The colorful and unsettling sets of staircases we see in Squid Game were actually inspired by a famous piece of art called Relativity. The original image came from the mind of a Dutch artist named MC Escher. The Squid Game creative team felt the mind-bending picture would be the perfect addition to the series, and they weren't wrong. The original photo includes 7...
Actually, when I saw that scene of them walking and climbing the stairs, it just reminded me automatically of Harry Potter, you know, when they get out of the dorms and they get onto the moving stairs and everything. That's what my mind went to when I saw that scene.
Stairways arranged in a world where gravity is different, and considering Squid Game really turns every player's life upside down whether they want it to or not, the homage paid to this classic piece of art makes a lot of sense and just adds to the genius of the show.
Whoa, this place is gigantic.
A part of what makes these sets so incredible is the sheer scale of them. The space of the children's playground for the Honeycomb game featured real, enormous versions of playground equipment, with a fake drawn sky background making the whole scene look like an image we'd see in a children's book. It did an incredible job at bringing up.
This game I thought was hilarious, man, especially towards the end of this game when our main, protagonist finds a way to actually win the game, by licking the I don't know what do you call it, but he started licking. It looked just so funny when everybody started imitating him.
Us a freaky playground vibe. The large-scale equipment also helped with making the players feel like children, replicating what the environment would have looked like to them when they were young. The team definitely accomplished the formidable but also familiar and reminiscent of childhood look that director Wang was hoping to achieve.
So our options are circle, triangle.
Oh, he went for the umbrella, the hardest one.
We can't discuss the incredible sets without mentioning one very impactful prop.
Yeah,
If
the doll.
that's what we call a creepy giant doll that had the power to take any player out that it saw moving. The red light, green light doll is a major part of the scene for the initial game and shockingly wasn't created just for the show. Yes, this terrifying.
But technically, it's not the doll that was taking out the people, that moved, right? Because it wasn't shooting at them. It was like guns from each side, from all corners of the room that would shoot at them. All that the doll did was actually see who moved. It would detect the movement, basically. But it was a creepy doll for sure.
Giant Mugunghwa doll actually existed before and was displayed for the public to see at a museum adventure village in South Korea.
Wow. Oh yeah, and I think in the Philippines there is a representation of this doll in the city, in one of the cities.
The doll is back in its original home since the production wrapped, so people can see this amazing piece of the Squid Game story in person.
Nice.
It seems like the games were tough for the doll as well, since it now is inexplicably missing one of its hands. Some cast members were actually speechless when they were on set for the first time, thrilled by the fact that they'd get to interact and perform in these incredible spaces. The actor who plays number 1 had a really intense nostalgia.
Okay, well, now that they're talking about him, I have to tell you guys who my favorite character is. It's the old dude, man, number 1. He was amazing. I don't know about you guys. I mean, for those of you who finished the TV show, you know that he's actually not a good guy. And you know that he was actually behind the whole thing with other rich people, VIPs. But I'm sorry, he was such a lovely old man, and the way he was enjoying himself, especially in the first game, just made me fall in love with this guy, man. He was just awesome. And to be honest, when I saw that he wasn't dead completely in the last episode, I was so freaking happy. And the episode where he was supposed to die, the episode with the beads, it crushed me. I was about to cry. It was so painful for me, man. And just his bond with the main character, it was just... I loved it. So the actors are actually all very good, man.
Nostalgic reaction when he was on set where the marbles game takes place.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I said beads, right? It's marbles. Marbles. I wasn't sure what the term was. Marbles. Oh yeah, and let me tell you about marbles. So I grew up playing with marbles at school, right? And I was pretty good at it. But one day, because I had beaten so many people, so I had a whole bag of marbles, okay? But one day I was just being stupid with my brother, and I put a couple of marbles in my mouth and I swallowed one. Okay, so my brother or I told my parents. My father got so upset that he threw all of my marbles, man. It broke my heart. But yeah, basically do not put any marbles in your mouth because you might swallow them inadvertently, okay? But I really enjoyed playing with marbles.
저도 했어요. 어렸을 때 해서 그 생각도 나고
All the houses and streets we see were built from the ground up. No small feat, but so worth the final, incredible product. The set had the power to transport the cast members themselves to other places, so it's no surprise they've completely captured us. For director of the series Hwang, it was important to build an authentic world so the team could more easily tell the story truthfully, meaning not a lot of CGI ended up being used. Not a corner was cut, and the Squid Game...
Wait, let me go back. Yeah, see? This guy is actually the old dude. Man, that blew my mind because yeah, you see him in the first episode and then he disappears and the excuse is, oh, he was, you know, inconvenienced or sick or whatever, so he left the contest, you know? And throughout the entire show, you wonder where this guy went because you only deal with the front man, but in your mind, you're like, but wait a minute, there was a guy there before the front man. And you figure out who it is at the end of the show, man, and your mind just goes...
CGI ended up being used. Not a corner was cut, and the Squid Game team decided to really build everything we see. Oftentimes, extremely large versions, which only added to the impressive production. One of the coolest examples of a non-CGI shot is the very first game, Red Light, Green Light, where there were actually over 400 performers on the set playing the game. Oftentimes, in scenes like these, loads of people end up being added in with CGI, but since the set itself was so enormous, they were able to accommodate a massive cast and crew.
Over there. Looks really freaky.
For the performers, seeing the sets for the first...
Man, this game was also so exciting. That's where the guy that I called the bad guy, you know, the guy with the snake tattoo, dies. And yeah, it was so chilling, seriously.
Time blew them away and they needed to capture the magic.
첫날 아침에 이제 세트장을 들어가면은 사진 찍기 바빠요.
The cast had, of course, had time with the script for a while before they arrived to film, and when reading, naturally thought up of what the sets were going to look like. For the most part, it was not at all what they'd expected, and some actors were even caught off guard, shocked that these incredible spaces existed and that they were the lucky actors who got to perform on them. For other actors, the set felt a bit like a fantasy or dream world. The colors and childlike structures are surprising and catch audiences off guard in a fantastic way as well. The sheer scale of it all was overwhelming, but the performers managed to fill the space right up with their incredible acting. With so many interesting locations, it's a bit surprising that the whole production is filmed in just one city. About an hour outside of Seoul, South Korea is Daejeon. This city has been the home base for many South Korean productions and is now home to Squid Game.
Nice.
There's so much
I really enjoyed the acting of this woman, man. At times, she legit looked crazy. She reminded me of the creepy women or ghost in the movie Grudge, you know, The Grudge. Seriously, she was awesome.
Magic was created. Since there wasn't any big traveling being done, the budget for the set could be a bit higher and the team took advantage of it. These creations were far from cheap.
I think that's what she said.
The sets of Squid Game are a major contributor to why the show has become such a hit. They really play characters of their own and add massive amounts of info and energy to the story. They somehow managed to make childlike images terrifying and present unsettling scenes we couldn't even have thought up in our worst nightmares. Which set were you most excited by?
I think the set that excited me the most was the tug of war, and then the before last one, you know, with the glass, where the glass shatters and everything. That is just terrifying, seriously. In my opinion, so this was actually a very good video, you know, like they told us a lot of facts. I hope they are facts, you know, it's very interesting. But do you guys think that there will be a second season? I bet that there will be a second season because, I mean, this was such a huge hit for Netflix. They cannot not have a second season, you know what I mean? And even in the TV show, you know, they hint at the fact that there might be different Squid Games in other countries. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, if there'll be like season 2 of Squid Game in another country, I wonder which country it will be. So now what you can do is tell me in the comment section below which country would you like to see Squid Game take place, and please let me know your favorite character of the show. For me, it's the old guy, and then I think the main protagonist, and then Ali. I really liked Ali. And then I think the crazy lady. And then maybe the bad guy. The bad guy did a great job as well. Okay, so there you go. That's all I can think of today about Squid Game. Tell me also if you've actually liked the TV show. To be honest, when I started the watching it, the first 3 episodes or 4 episodes, you know, I took a break after the 3 or 4 episodes, and then I was like, okay, it's actually a good show, you know, good TV show, but I don't really see the hype, you know, why is it so popular right now? The only thing that I could come up with was the design, you know, the setting of the TV show and everything, the looks of it. But when I finished the TV show, I understood a little bit better why it was so popular. It's because there are some twists and turns in the story with the characters and everything, you know. So yeah, now I get it. But I still don't understand why it's so popular, but it is definitely a great TV show. Not made for kids, okay? This is not for kids, absolutely not. Okay, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, have a great day, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. And by the way, I did not forget about Tony Gonzaga. I just wanted to talk about Squid Game because it's still fresh in my mind. I will get back to Tony Gonzaga very soon. All right, I see you later. Peace. Thank you for watching. Subscribe here and please like the video to show your support and appreciation for my work, and turn on the notification bell to be poked for future content. Yeah.